Hi, my name is Chef Carlos. I'm with C&M, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use a chef knife and a couple tips and tricks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to properly use the chef knife. Remember, chef knife is the #1 tool in the kitchen, so first things first, we're going to use a pinch grip is what we call it. So I'm going to use my index finger and my thumb. We're going to come to the blade. Back here is called the hole of the blade. So we're going to pinch the blade, the actual blade, just like that. Your other 3 fingers are going to grip the blade where it's comfortable. Everyone's going to be different, so grip it where it's comfortable. Opposite hand. This is very important so you don't cut yourself. It needs to have, we call it a claw formation. So when I'm cutting something, I gotta make sure that my opposite hand is on the cutting board. My fingertips are behind my knuckles, okay? So I wanna make sure they're not out like that where I'm gonna cut myself. They're behind my knuckles, so there's no streamline where it's gonna come in contact of the blade. When we're cutting, we're always gonna have a rocking motion. So from there, now we're gonna go to the onion. We're gonna cut the onion 2 ways. Half of it we're gonna cut in julienne, and the other half is gonna be a small dice. So first things first, we're gonna kind of look at the root and the stem. I go ahead and cut them both off. Some chefs will leave them on. Either or is fine. Step 2 is we're gonna cut this in half, just like that, okay? We're gonna peel it. We're gonna cut julienne. Julienne is gonna be basically a matchstick, and we're gonna just cut down, straight down. Using that motion, again, I'm using that front of the blade, my forearm, and kind of that rocking motion. This item is a little higher to the ground, so I'm gonna lift up my blade just a little bit, making sure they look nice and uniform, and we're gonna slice down, slice down. Just like that, we're gonna have nice, beautiful, uniform cuts, and that's key. Wanna make sure that every cut is the same for presentation, for the cooking process. All of it is very important. Other half is gonna be dicing onion. I'm gonna show you how to do a small dice, but essentially if you wanna do a bigger dice, you can. You just gotta change the dimensions, and I'll show you that in a second. So we're gonna identify the root end to the stem. Usually the root end is gonna be a little bit smaller surface on the end, and the other one's gonna have more of a surface. That's gonna give us that window basically to make our cuts across, okay? Looking at the onion, we're gonna make a couple cuts. Every onion is different. I need to stabilize it, so either your fingertips or your palm. My hand's a little bigger, so I usually use my palm. And we're gonna make cuts. I'm cutting all the way to the root end right here, okay? We're doing a small dice, so I'm looking for about quarter cuts all the way across. The next step is gonna be our vertical. So coming across, I'm following the lines, I'm looking at it, and we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna just cut down. Last step is to the final dice. So we're gonna come over here and cut it up. Okay. This end here, not to waste, but back here and just dice it up. Because if you remember, we didn't cut all the way through, so we're gonna make sure it's uniform. But we're not gonna waste it either. So we're just gonna give it a nice rough chop. It's a little easier, making sure it's nice and even. And there we go. Now we have a beautiful, nicely small diced onion. I think you see that. All right, now I'm gonna show you 3 little tricks about garlic, how to cut them 3 different ways. Okay, it's good to know in the kitchen. We're gonna use the side of our knife actually. Instead of just cutting it, we're gonna come over here, opposite hand, nice little form, just like that, okay? And now I could give it a little rough chop. So put it together, and we're gonna have like kind of like a small dice. And now I can use this if I want more of a coarse type garlic, really quick, just like that, okay? That's way #1. #2 is gonna be the classic, just slicing it. When we're being precise and cutting stuff, we wanna use more of the tip of the blade, okay? When we're chopping, we use more of the middle of the blade, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna use the tip and just kinda be more precise, and we're gonna slice very, very thin. And now, if I want sliced garlic, for anything more coarse, I have sliced garlic, just like that, okay? Way #3 is gonna be similar to the first one, but more of a puree, okay? We're gonna smooth it out. So again, repeating the techniques, we're gonna kind of mush it over here, okay? This time, we're gonna use middle of the blade. I'm gonna kind of be scraping it along the cutting board. We're kind of like a pestle and mortar. We're gonna be pureeing it with just a chef knife, okay? So we're gonna kind of come over here, and I'm just rocking back and forth, looking at it. And now I have more of a garlic puree. Okay, and that is 3 ways how to cut garlic. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Chef Carlos, and good luck out there in the kitchen.